What's up guys, my name's Sean. I'm the marketing manager here at the SpinLab, and today we're coming to you with a quick lesson on what exactly is a landing page. This is an interesting topic between startups because a lot of people, when they're first starting out with online marketing, they actually don't really have any idea of what a landing page is. So we're going to describe what that actually is, and we're going to go ahead and look at an example on the SpinLab itself so you can see this in practice. First off, let's talk about what a landing page is not. A landing page is not the home page of your site. A landing page is not a site with a social media post on it. What a landing page is, by online marketing definition, is a site on your website with one specific goal in mind. And that page does everything within its power to support the completion of that goal. What does that mean in practice? Landing pages most typically will be something that try to get people to buy something, whether that be an actual product or a service. That can depend on what your startup is actually trying to do. You'll most typically see landing pages associated with one product or one action. So that means when you land on one of these pages, there should be a specific product on there that you're trying to sell, or in other cases where a service is being offered, a form that the visitor to the site should actually fill out. Best practices, we need to minimize distractions on this page so that we really maximize the opportunities for conversion. What does that actually mean? Things like navigation items, links to external sites, links to other places on your website, those should not exist on a landing page. Basically, the only action a user should be able to take on this page is to click the buy now or request a demo or request a free trial button that's on there. Nothing else. Other than closing the browser or hitting the back button, of course, that's always an option. But we want to make sure we're doing everything we can to keep that goal in focus for the user. Now this is really important because the most common mistake I see with startups specifically is they like to run PPC campaigns on Google or Bing or paid ads on social media, which is actually a pretty good strategy when you're starting out. You don't have a market yet, so you're actually trying to generate some attention on your product or service. The problem with this is startups spend a lot of time and money to create these ads, but then they drive people to their homepage, which is a big fail and it's a big disconnect in the buyer journey. Let's take a second to talk about why the homepage is actually a terrible idea to drive paid ads to. Remember, you paid for those ads, so you should actually be getting something back for that. Whether that's a conversion on a product sale or actually a request for a demo or something similar, your startup should get something back for that click. If you drive users to the homepage, there's just way too much stuff going on. I mean, homepages, they're trying to do a lot of things at once. They're trying to introduce yourself as a brand, what your product does, there might be blog, there's navigation links. There's just way too many distractions that will distract the user from actually taking that action you desire them to take, whatever that goal is. And that's exactly the reason you don't want to drive your paid ads to your homepage. You need to construct separate pages to really drive one specific goal that you define as your startup. Now, to drive the topic even further, let's actually take a look at a real-life example of this by the popular online retailer Zalando.
Okay guys, so as promised, here's the example with Zalando, the bad example, and really why you don't want to use the home page as a landing page, especially for paid ads. So you can see here my query is Fitbit Blaze Zalando. I'm going to put that in Google, and here's our paid ad example from Zalando. This is for the German shop. You can see it's a paid ad here, so let's click on that and see what happens. Remember, my query was Fitbit Blaze Zalando. It's very specific, and now I'm on the home page. There's no mention of Fitbit Blaze Zalando here at all. Yeah, there's the brand Zalando, but I've got to do all the work myself. And look at all these extra distractions here. It's just not a good experience. I'm not going to convert on this. The chances of that happening are almost next to nothing. And this is exactly what you want to avoid as a startup.
So I hope that made things clearer as to what a bad example for a landing page actually looks like in practice. But to flip the coin, and to make this even clearer, let's look at now a proper example. And for this, I'm actually going to use the SpinLab as a website. Currently, I don't have any paid ads running on any channels. Now imagine our deadline is coming up and I want to run a paid ad campaign on the term apply for the SpinLab. So I would set up my ads for this, and let's actually take a look at what the landing page looks like in practice when it's optimized.
Okay, so guys, as promised, let's take a look now at what a optimized landing page looked like. So I don't currently have any paid ad running for the SpinLab, but let's imagine that we did, and the focus was actually on getting people to apply for the SpinLab program itself. And that would be our keyword of focus, apply for the SpinLab. Now, as you can see here, everything on this page, from content and everything, it all focuses on applying for the SpinLab. We've got some statistics over here on the right, some stats, some social credibility, reasons why should people apply, deadlines. There's these nice boxes on the left here that showcase that, partners. Really, all the benefits are quite clear here. And if you notice, really the only possible thing that a person can do here is click on these apply buttons, which will then take the user to F6S, where that application can actually happen. That's the one goal of this page. There's nothing else here. Even the logo up here is not clickable. These icons are not clickable. Every link that's on this page goes to our F6S application, and that is the main thing here. And I can't stress this enough. With that landing page, you really want to have that be laser focused and really only push one specific goal. And this is exactly what you want to be doing with your startups as well. So I hope that clears that up here.
And there you have it, guys. Now, I use paid examples here because that's really the crucial moment when you really want to focus on proper landing page optimization. Because again, you're paying for those ads. You should not be paying for the majority of those users to get to the page and not get what they're actually looking for. You've always have to have a connection between the ads and the page so that it's laser focused. Remember, on average, first-time visitors to your site, you've got about 3 seconds to convince them that it's worth their time to be there. So if you've got too many distractions or information that's irrelevant, you're going to lose out on conversions. And that means wasted time for your startup, and more importantly, wasted money for your startup. And we all know how important funds are for startup, especially in the early phases. So make sure you're taking the time to optimize your landing pages properly. And again, this is not restricted to paid ads only. That's only for this example. Anytime you're driving someone for any specific goal, that source can be anything. It can come from social media. You can optimize landing pages around SEO and organic traffic. The main thing is you really want to enforce one action happening on that site. And that's it, guys. We hope we've helped you clear up what a landing page is and what that actually means for your startup in the early phases. If you've got questions, be sure to leave them in the comments, subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time. Cheers from Leipzig.